Welcome to the You Are More podcast. I'm Blaine Ledbetter.
And I'm Lakin Stewart. If you're looking for an authentic community that shares the truth of the gospel and the truth about life, you've come to the right place.
We believe that you are more. You're more than motherhood, more than your ministry, and more than your career. Grab a cup of coffee and listen in to hear the truth about what it means to find your identity in Christ through every season of life.
Welcome to the You Are More podcast.
Well, Lakin and I are pivoting this morning, and as we are about to switch into summer mode, we will still be here, but it's just going to look a little different.
Yeah.
So we will hope that you guys will still stick with us throughout the summer, even if it's just for a minute or two. But before we started recording, we got on the topic of like, what are y'all doing this summer? And like, a lot of families, my kids will be out of school for summer. Lakin's kids are going to be out of school for summer, and I'm going to be honest, the past 3 years of summers, because I was pregnant and then 2 summers with 3 kids. Yep. They were challenging. I'm not going to lie. I mean, probably mid-July, I'm like almost in tears every day telling my husband I can't do this anymore. Yeah. I'm like, they're going to have to go to daycare. You need to quit your job or work from home or something, because I can't do this anymore. They are driving me crazy.
I hope this is the year that you have so much fun, because I'll be living vicariously through you, because I pray that we have fun, but when you have a 3 and 2-year-old, it's not guaranteed.
Well, the issue, for both of us, is we still have to work with our kids home all day, every day.
And that's stupid hard.
Oh gosh.
I'm on at least 7 Zoom meetings a day, at least. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to cut that in half, because there is just no possible way. Now, I do have childcare on Tuesdays all day. So the bulk of my meetings, like from 7:30 until 3, I am on a meeting on Tuesdays. And so you won't catch me doing anything but Zoom on Tuesdays. And then this summer, Mondays and Wednesdays, I have a sweet family who has 2 girls that are going to alternate being like my mother's helper. So they're like 9 and 10. And we're going to try it out and see how it goes. I did this when we lived in Virginia, and it was amazing. 2 homeschooled girls alternated days, and they just
took the
kids and played with them while I worked from home. Like I was never not at the house. So, and I pay them like $25 a day for 3 hours, and it's just so worth it. Like so worth the $50.
Absolutely.
2 days. And
okay, I love that.
You should look into it if you have homeschooled families, or just kids who like young kids, like 11, who just want to make some extra money. Dansby would probably be annoyed because he's
because he's older.
Be like, I can take care of myself.
But that's the thing. Like, I was even thinking maybe last week if I could ask my stepsister if her kids wanted to come over. I think my stepmom keeps them sometimes, but even if they are not here to watch them, just to play with them, to have an outside source of entertainment.
Like, my kids are young; they're 3 and 2, and they maybe not in the last week or 2, but generally will play okay if someone else is in the room. Like, now that someone else cannot be my husband or myself, but if it's like, because they will maul each other literally, or steal or whatever. But if someone else that they are not living with is in the room, they are like perfect. And I'm like,
they're good.
Great.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, in the past few weeks, and I've had conversations with friends about this, but like, I don't entertain my kids, and that may be part of the problem. I I don't try to like play with them. I mean, because I do have to work, we try a lot of independent play. Not all day. Of course, I have to like take breaks for snacks and to break up fights and to, you know, we do chores together, like so that we're together. But I'm like, I'm not coming up with some game for you to play. I'm not coming up with some, I'm not sitting on the floor. Yeah. We're not playing Barbies together for hours.
No.
But if they're in my office with me, I mean, just this morning they built this Lego, like the bigger Lego blocks.
Yeah.
They built this house. They've got one of their baby dolls in the corner, and so they're with me, but I'm able to work, and I'm not. I mean, not constantly, but I'm not breaking up fights all the time. But we've also done toy rotation, and so there's a closet in front of me that has lots of their toys in it. And so they don't really have a lot of toys out. And so that's really made it 10 times easier because they can see exactly what they have to play with. And it's only about
it's not
3 or 4 toys each. Yeah, it's not a ton of stuff. It's not junk everywhere. But they play with the toys more because they don't have 30,000 things to choose from. So that's been super helpful. But I just was talking to my husband and I was like, listen, these are my pain points in the day. Like, I get frustrated, overwhelmed, overstimulated, tapped out in the hour and a half before you get home. Like, we can, because we have breaks throughout the day, like
nap time.
Yes, we have nap time, we have snack time, we have going outside to play. Like, those are fine. Lunchtime, they're breaks, they're good transitions. It's when we've run out of things to do at the end of the day that I'm just like, done.
I can't. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, no more.
And I've tried really hard the last few weeks to like not turn on the TV when it gets to that point because it just exacerbates things and makes them 10 times worse. And right now our Disney Plus isn't working, so that's even worser.
Oh no.
So there's no Bluey in our household.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a crisis. Like,
yeah, it's a true crisis. True. I mean, it's a crisis for kids. I think we love Bluey more than our kids.
We do too. We do too.
The last episode, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you haven't seen the last episode of Bluey, or you haven't watched Bluey at all, you should go do it.
So good.
Not
all the time. But you can, Bluey. Shout out.
You can win an opportunity to sponsor the podcast. No, yeah, I think I pick my kids up from school at like 2:30 and it is like Cody gets home at 4:30 or 5 and I'm like, this is the longest 2.5 hours of my life. And it's because they're trying to decompress from school, they're hungry, they're thirsty, but you can't give them too much food because then they won't eat dinner. But who am I kidding? They don't eat their dinner anyways.
Same.
And so I'm trying with every fiber of my being to frame the summer as fun. Like, there's a pool in our neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
A client we work with, or that I work with, gifted our family season passes to Six Flags. And so I'm like,
that's awesome.
The zoo is free. We have season passes to the aquarium and the museum. There's a splash pad in our town. So I'm like, I'm going to try to do one fun thing every day. And if the weather is bad, I don't know what I'm going to do. But
I have a tip. We can get to that, but yeah.
But yeah, our summer is going to look very different than the rest of our year. I think Cody's schedule will slow down, which will be helpful.
Yeah.
We have a few.
College ministry. Yeah. That makes sense.
His sister is getting married, so we're gonna have fun doing all of those things, and we're gonna go visit some friends in Colorado. So it's gonna be like a busy, but also hopefully chill summer. So yeah, I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do about work though.
Yeah. Well, we here we're kind of changing up the podcast for the summer. I'm going dark on social media, which I think will be so nice for a break this summer.
Like 2 months now, and it's been great.
Yeah. So that will definitely be a shift. Church slows down a little bit in the summer, in terms of we don't, like, our small groups don't meet.
Yep, same.
We'll be done with baseball and softball by then. So
I know you're so ready for that.
so ready. I love it, but I love the
You
end date.
love
I love there being an ending. But yeah, so that really ushers in lots of times to do these things. We're not super busy, but we have lots of things we can do. And so, I the first week after my kids get out of school, I do not care if they watch TV, sleep all day. For
Yeah.
1 week, it's basically what I call like the great school year decompression. Is like, you know what? We're not going anywhere. We're not making any plans. Like, next week is super chill. We'll go on vacation at some point, but like that first week or two after school lets out, we have nothing to do because I'm just like, let's just take a break from
regular routine.
Yeah.
You don't need a routine. Those 2 weeks. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, but even like summer mode for work, my hours will change every day. Literally every day, because I'm gonna have to work.
Some works communicate more during the summer, some don't communicate at all, and Blaine is a communications coordinator.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, there will still be stuff to do, but I'm just gonna have to do it at different hours of the day.
True.
Which is fine. Yeah. I'm available on my phone, but I may not be at my computer like I normally am during the school year, because
I'm gonna pull a Shay, who's the owner of Acornis. I'm gonna pull a Shay and take all my Zoom meetings in my car.
Oh yeah, for real. I don't like to have my email on my phone, but I think I'm going to, just so I can kind of check in during the day, but do the majority of my work at different hours. But like, when I went to Pinterest because I was like, I need a summer schedule. Like, tell me what other people are doing.
Send it to me.
And so I made a daily schedule, and basically, because I don't want my kids to stay, we don't have iPads and stuff, but like, I don't want them to watch TV all day during the summer every day. Like, they will be just, oh my gosh, their behavior will be terrible, because it has been before, doing that. But like, we start with, they can watch TV while they eat breakfast. I do a little bit of work just to like check in, get the day started.
All the morning things. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so like mid-morning, because like it's going to get hot, and I know you feel that too, but like where we live, it gets super hot later in the day. So early morning's kind of the best time, but like, go into the gym that has childcare in the morning, go into the splash pad, going for even a walk or to like a local playground. Mainly doing that in the morning. And because my kids can tell time on a digital clock, I literally have the time when they can get a snack, because otherwise they will ask me every 30 seconds if they can have a snack, and I'm like, please go away. No, you cannot.
Right now our pantry door is broken, so it's just always open.
She can get in it
and pull it up and grab whatever they
want. Yep. Well, and I'm going to make sure everything is like accessible so that I don't have to go downstairs, and hopefully we can do a lot of that outside. We love to stay outside. There's plenty to do here outside.
Same.
But then switching gears into lunch, and then after lunch, hopefully, like, I've called it read and recharge or read and rest or something like that. But basically, you don't have to go to sleep unless you're under 3 years old. But everyone, like, for 2 hours,
rests.
You have to stay in your room on the couch, veg out, like, no TV, but it's definitely like a resting time, because hopefully we've been up and out and about. And then in the afternoon, we're going to run our errands. And if not, we'll just head back outside until my husband gets home from work. But since that historically has just been really, really tough, that's when I'm like, all right, if we got to go get groceries, if we've got to go to the post office, something like that,
Get out of the house.
Yes. And so hopefully by the time he makes it home, we're headed home. And then we, start supper and everything. And they can watch TV after supper. Yep. But really is just a way to like get your pajamas on, rest and hang out. But like,
you've done a lot more
my peace of mind. I have, because I haven't in the past, and I've really, I've just had to look at my pain points, and I have been looking at some like super, super, super easy like Instagram reels that are like super easy crafts that you can do with your kids outside. I mean, literally like painting tree branches outside with just like fingerprint paint that like washes. And I want to get them some like arts and crafts stuff, because they'll sit at a table for like an hour and do arts and crafts. Too. Yeah, it's fascinating.
My kids sit outside and pour water into different containers for hours.
Yes. Like if one of our friends posted about that, and I was like, oh, we're doing this. It was called like making potions. I was like, oh,
we literally got a like $12 plastic pool from Walmart and filled it up with water and gave them all kinds of cups and like cups with holes in the bottom. And like they sat out there for like an hour and a half and just poured water. Now, not without fighting over cups, but
of course, naturally.
I know than fight over cups, then MMA smash each other inside.
Right. So. I'm hoping to do an outdoor mud kitchen. We've got a tree house now, and so like a mud kitchen, the pouring the water, the making potions. Last year, my kids dug up some trench in the backyard and like built all these bridges over it. And it was basically like a fairy garden river. And I was just like, you know what? Go for it. That sounds great. But all of that stuff, like early morning crafts, everything before lunch. And then that way I'm like, okay, well, if we've got to go anywhere, we're going to wait till after that. But also, my kids are older. There are local like VBSs. I haven't done that for any of my kids, but I've got like a friend down the road that we may do their churches, because it's like all ages. It's like this super small church. But I've got a kid going to camp. I've got another one doing gymnastics classes. So we'll have some things to do and get us out of the house. Yeah. But like, do y'all ever do a bucket list of, because we've done that before, and it's really worked well. Yeah.
Cody and I would do that for ourselves before we had kids. But I think each summer that we've had kids, we've been in some sort of transition or traumatic.
Yeah.
Like our first summer we had kids, we literally moved from Texas to Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got surprise pregnant with Lila all within that same first summer as a parent. Second summer as a parent, we had a newborn. We all got COVID.
It's a lot.
And then our third summer as parents, we realized we got to get out of here, and we decided we were going to move. So this is really like the first, I've been really, really looking forward to our first summer here in Illinois, mainly because the weather is going to be great. I think everyone is saying it's so hot, but I'm like, I'll take a 90-degree day. It's better than 110 in Texas.
Yeah.
And yeah, we live close to things. There's a big free splash pad, like water park downtown, and just really excited to take the kids there. I have zero thought put into how we're going to do it and make it work, but I need to sit down with Cody and actually think about it, because I love the idea of having more structured days, because my kids do thrive on structure. And
that's us too.
I thrive on that too.
Me too. And I also want them to know, like, these are the expectations for the day. We're not just going to, like, if I just let them do whatever all day, every day, we would all be frustrated at each other. That routine and that structure. And, like, every day is not going to look the same, because we're going to do different things every day. But, like, I also want them to know, I do have to work. And so there are going to be times outside of nap time that you've got to be around me when I'm working, and you've got to learn to, do things yourself. Like, definitely teaching some even more independence this summer.
My goal this summer is to have Charlotte wipe her own hiney.
Great goal.
I'm over it. Like, oh, as soon as I sit down to do something, Mommy, come wipe me.
Yep. Felt that. When you're in the trenches of toddlerhood, that is.
And we need to potty train Lila, so that's definitely one thing that we need to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm dreading it, though. I hated potty training.
Yeah.
I get so anxious about it.
I think it was last summer for the kids, we had like a goal for them by the end of the summer, and Viv's was potty training, and so she accomplished that. I can't remember what Phoebe's was, but Dansby's was like, swimming without, like totally without any
floaties,
arm, nothing. Yeah. And so he did that, and I can't remember what hers was. Maybe riding her bike. I can't remember. Anyways, maybe not. Maybe that was Dansby's, riding his bike without training wheels. But just having something even for them, just like one small thing of like, what can you learn over the summer that's just, something that you're already going to be doing, but what can you improve on?
Do you guys do swim lessons with your kids or no?
No, we have in the past, but because we're only going like one place this year, we'll just do floaties. And we don't have pools and stuff, or a pool here. We might do a membership next year somewhere, but no. I have a fearless toddler. I probably should, but
I know. This is kind of traumatic and mildly unrelated, but I had this dream last night and it like woke me up and I started crying. I had this dream last night that both of my children were in the bottom of a pool. And it was like so traumatic. And like in my brain, it was real. And I woke up and was like hyperventilating. And because we're supposed to go into some friend's house in Colorado that have a pool. And I'm already like and this was before I even had this dream, utterly terrified that they're going to somehow make their way out there. And they don't know how to swim. So it's like in my brain, I have to teach my kids how to swim, or at least survive in the water.
Right. But no, we never did like the ISR. We just did straight up swim lessons. But again, we don't have a pool, so like I wasn't concerned about them falling. But yeah, I definitely get that fear. It's
have this traumatic internal thoughts that are like, probably won't ever happen, Lord willing.
Yeah.
I don't know why we get those like intrusive thoughts. But anyways, want to leave this on a high note, not a low note.
Right. Well, if I think about it, hopefully, remind me, Lakin. In the show notes, we'll put like just the little super simple schedule that I made for our family. It's not going to work for everybody. Like the pain points that we have, they're not going to be that for you.
Yeah.
Don't think that your summer bucket list has to be some extensive, like go on 50 road trips and see all these things. It can be something simple. Like for us, it was literally going to every local park, which was a 15-minute drive. I was like, let's just make sure, like go get a snow cone, build Legos one day, so it's also, I don't think I mentioned it, but I said I would for the rainy days during the summer. And I told my son this, the library, the plant store, like the indoor, like the covered part of like Home Depot and Lowe's, and the pet store are really great indoor ideas. And there was something else that my son had asked to do, and I said, why don't we save that for a rainy day this summer? I think it was like going to the movies or something. The movies does like the super cheap, like $2 Wednesdays.
Oh, I love that.
That's so fun. Or the mall or something, like just the little carousel. And I was like, we're going to save those for the rainy days, and we can certainly do that. But like, so just stick that in your back pocket. Like the pet store, they love it. They just want to go look at all the pets one day when it's raining. So anyways,
I wouldn't get them a pet.
Oh, for real. Like, can we go home with this bird? No, I have 3 pets at home. You 3. But it's okay if your summer is not magical and great and super
summer
chill.
parents is like the worst time. So if that's you, it's okay.
It's okay.
You don't have yes, we only have in quotes 18 summers with our kids, but there's so much life to be lived outside of the summer months, and what happens between the summers is just as important as what happens during the summer. So don't feel the pressure to have a perfectly curated summer schedule, because I certainly don't. So
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoy our summer episodes that are coming up, and that you'll stick around with us, and just hope that this has been helpful for you as you transition into summer. So talk to you soon.
See ya.